Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your gameplay for the Su-27 Flanker. This is a currently rank 8 battle rating, 12.3 fighter for the Russian Air Force's tech tree. Oh, and did I mention, this is of course the dev server, so every single thing that you see here, from the model to the statistics to the weapons and battle rating, everything that you see is up for change by the time it comes to the live server and even thereafter. Now that being said, this is of course going to be the top level fighter for the Russians, at least in this portion of the tech tree. Comes in after the Su-17 M4, oddly enough, but it kind of makes some level of sense considering the size of this aircraft. So as you can see here, the MiG-27 is very large, and well, let's just kind of do something for comparison here. So about the midway through the cockpit, basically where this support beam is where this crook in the snow is. Let's look at the MiG-29, and where that crook in the snow is, you're already pretty much halfway through the radar dish. And that's not even considering the size of the back and also the wings. This thing is absolutely gigantic compared to the MiG-29. And if memory serves, I think it weighs something like 50 to 100% more than the MiG-29 in real life. So it doesn't have, at least in theory, as good of a rate of climb, but it does still have very powerful engines. I mean, as you could see, 6,820 kgf. These have over 12,000 kgf. In fact, they put out more max thrust than these put out afterburner thrust. Absolutely wild, in my opinion. Now, of course, you guys are probably wondering, what can this thing actually carry? It can carry R-73s, of course, R-27ERs, R-27Rs, ETs, and Ts, and of course, a lot of bombs. Now, unfortunately, it's only dumb bombs, but if you do not mind dumb bombs, you can actually make this thing into a fairly effective close range CAS, but of course that's not really what it's made for. It's made for going after air targets, and that is what it succeeds at doing. It should be very good. Apparently it's quite maneuverable. Hopefully it's a bit better than the F-15A. I did not have all that great of a time with it before, whereas the JAS-37 Gripen I had a great time with before, which by the way I do have gameplays for both of those, so bear that in mind. And one last thing, this does have helmet mounted display, which is awesome. So as I said, let's get into a few matches, see what we could do, have a good time, and well, put this thing through its dev server paces. Let's get into it. So as you can see, I mean, this thing is a speed demon, even at just slightly above sea level, so 1,150 meters. I am easily getting close to 1,400 kilometers per hour. Roll rate at this speed is still very good, or fairly good. You really can't get too much better, especially for a vehicle of this size. It does consume fuel very quickly, but it's not so much where I'd be concerned. It does have 96 flares, or I guess countermeasures. I never set this to chaff and flares, but of course that's not too bad. They are large caliber countermeasures, and as I said before, this does have helmet mounted display, which means that your missiles will lock on wherever you are looking. So let's go ahead and get this done. Now also, the J-11 right there, that is basically the Chinese Soviet, or the Chinese flanker, so bear that in mind as well. Okay, we have a tree in the air. That was, I wonder, like, I actually hit that with my gun. I wonder if that would have actually taken me out. I think it would have, because it seems like it actually had, whatchamacallit, properties, like actual properties to it. So this is already staying on the enemy better than the F-15's radar. I could say that without a doubt in my mind. This is functioning a little bit better than the F-15's radar. I only had maybe a 4-second lock, 5-second lock, whereas this is looking like it's having some issues, sure, but not all too terrible, and I got a kill. Didn't get that with a oh, that was probably not the best idea to launch from that distance, but it is what it is. No luck at all with radar-guided missiles with the F-15, unfortunately. Ooh, got that kill with the R-73s. Not too bad. This thing is turning very well. Ooh, and I'm dead, but let's go ahead and launch that. Hopefully I can get a kill on him. Wouldn't that be nifty, huh? And I can't. Just so you guys know, with my dev server gameplay, I try to make them as, obviously real as possible. I mean, it's difficult to make a completely accurate dev server gameplay when most people are bots on the enemy team like you have here. we've actually had some matches where they've been, for the most part, just humans. But, of course, these gameplay videos serve to kind of show how good these vehicles are more than anything else. I'm not here to be like, oh, I got 30 kills in a match. Like, of course, that'd be cool, and I want to get, like, 30 kills in a match, don't get me wrong. But it's more so, again, for you guys to be able to say, like, oh, well, this system's good, or this vehicle's good, or this one needs some work, or that, or the other thing, you know? For you guys to make your own judgments based on more or less how I play these, right? And so it's not like I'm cherry picking out of like my top 20 matches. This is basically like I'll play 4 or 5 matches and then post like 2 or 3 of them. That's pretty much it, you know. It's as real as it's gonna get. Just without like the worst of the worst matches. Okay, we have ourselves an enemy here. And of course the sun hates me. So let's go turn, and I think that's a bot. Yes, it is. Let's fire. Should be able to hit him even though he is an F-104. If not, I'll go ahead and queue up my... Yeah, I'm going to have to queue up my R-27R for this one. ER, rather. And there we go. Outpacing an F-104S. None too shabby. We have another enemy over here. Unfortunately, the sun seems to be a bit of an issue, but we'll have to... Oh, wait, that's a guy parachuting. I wonder why he's parachuting. It seems like maybe it's a nice day. Maybe it's a nice day. So you want to use these R-73s at a relatively close-ish range, quite honestly. Otherwise, they aren't going to be as effective. Don't really know if I should be firing on him, but we'll do it. Yeah, okay, this should hit him. Kind of surprised that the F4E wasn't hit from before, but not too big of a deal. Let's keep on moving on. Use this helmet-mounted display. See how good that thrust vectoring is, and it should hit. It won't hit. Damn, that sucks. Can I hit this guy with an R-27ER? I'm going to try at a relatively close range. Let's see if this actually does it. And boom! There we go, guys. Now, this is what I mean. Like, I feel like this is a better aircraft. Like, it's got better weapons, if nothing else, in conjunction with how good it is as an actual fighter, compared to the F-15. Like, I am genuinely a bit disappointed in the F-15 on several fronts. And that sucks, you know, to have to be able to say. Because for me, it seemed like I had no success, like minimal success with that thing, insofar as its radar being locked is concerned. Like, it just did not lock its radar one bit. It was, oh, man. It almost felt like the radar was nerfed compared to this. And that just, it sucks. You know, like, that legitimately sucks to say. I hate the fact that I feel like I have to say it, but, yeah, it was just having a difficult time. So I'm going to use the R-27ER on this guy. Hopefully I can hit him. All I have left are my radar-guided missiles. I should hit him, and we got each other. Not too bad. 7 kills. You know what? Let's just get into a real quick final match, see what we could do. But not too bad. I mean, I think you guys get the idea of what the Su-27 is capable of. So, in all, how do I feel about the Su-27? Quite honestly, it's fast. It's not the fastest in game. I think the stats are a bit deceiving. Feels like it has a better rate of climb than what it's indicated in the stat card. Again, every single thing is subject to change on the dev server. Even once it goes live, it's subject to change, but much more so on the dev server. The weapons are good. The R-73s are always good, of course. The R-27ER is very good. I wish that I could use the T's on the inside pylons. Don't know why I can't. Again, might be subject to change in the future, but presently you can only use the R's and the ERs on the inside. The maneuverability is good. They mentioned in the dev stream that the gulf between where this thing has like no fuel and full fuel, like the maneuverability is so ridiculous when you have no fuel and really not good when you have full fuel. It's like a huge gap, whereas other vehicles aren't that big of a gap. I feel like once you bring 30 minutes of fuel into a match, probably you can do it with 30 or 20 on a smaller map. It still has good maneuverability. I actually feel pretty confident in this. Like, it's not going to outpace a Gripen in a turn or an F-16 in a turn. Probably not even a MiG-29, but it still feels pretty damn good. So very capable. I mean, I would probably say that this is better than the MiG-29. Just in general, it's a very capable vehicle. I feel good using it. And I feel better using this than the F-15. Like, the F-15, because of its wing grip issues and also its radar issues, I felt like I had to tiptoe around using it. This one I could use full send. Not as much, again, with the F-15. Again, unfortunately, it really sucks to have to feel like I have to say that, but such is the case, unfortunately. Okay, we have an F-15 down here. Time to equip my R-73s, fire one on him. Hopefully I can get him. He's not flaring for some reason. Took him a while. And I'll probably die here. Not a big deal if I do. Yeah, this guy's launching radars. I'm not, or AIM-9, or AIM-7Ms rather. Man, that guy had it out for me. But either way, pretty good aircraft. I mean, I was playing a little bit poorly in that last match, but I got out everything I really wanted to say. Missiles are good, of course. The R-73s, R-27s, the variants therein, very good. Great performance on this thing. Good maneuverability despite the size. And overall, just a very competent fighter. I mean, it can do exactly what you need of it. And I feel like this replaces the MiG-27 as the top aircraft in the Russian, or the MiG-29 rather, as the top aircraft in the Russian Air Force's tech tree. But either way, thanks again for watching. See you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.